Back to the book. From far away in the distance came the drum of powerful aeroplane engines. Nesbit was the first to spot the minute shapes, first circling and then diving out of the sun towards us, the noise changing to a shriek as the machine swept down towards the woods. From a half a dozen different directions, a happy shout of Spitfires rose from the trenches. At last, some help had arrived from the outside world. The RAF had arrived to give us close air support. And that's, we've had close air support save the day many times in books that we've talked about on this podcast. As I gazed up at the dozen Spits screaming down to strafe the Boche positions on the sloping ridgehead, Nesbit's voice suddenly roared in my ear, shouting to everyone to get their heads down and hide their faces. As I ducked with the rest, I spotted the black crosses on the wings. The aircraft were not ours, but German Messerschmitts. Our air superiority was so overwhelming that it never occurred to anyone that the machines might be hostile. They were not diving onto the enemy positions, but onto our own. I gazed skywards. The Messerschmitt was so close that I could see the pilot's face. 2 rockets detached themselves from the wings and swooped down to explode seconds later in the woods where the survivors of A and B companies were settling into their new positions. As I ducked once more, there was another scream of engines from behind, followed by the sound of a storm of bullets striking branches on the trees on the other side. 2 aircraft which had discharged their rockets were now carrying out a second run, strafing with their machine guns. As I squeezed even closer to the earth at the bottom of the shallow trench, the reverberations of an explosion some 50 yards away pounded my eardrums. It was another rocket. Suddenly, it ended. The aircraft had vanished as quickly as they had arrived. Wow. Yeah, because at this point, the British and the Americans had almost total air domination. And so everyone just completely assumed that, oh, thank God, here comes some Spitfires to come and save us. And they were wrong.